Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Week 15 trailer. All right, this trailer is important because assuming that school is in session this following week for the 15th week of school or the 15th cycle, I won't be there because my son's sick, so that means that I'm not allowed to be in school for this week, so we'll be Zooming one way or another. All right, so let's jump right into it. All right, I try to make it as bold and big as important as possible because I realize we've been doing this so long, some people probably aren't even watching the trailers. But this one you might want to because I'm not here and there's a lot going on and everything. So that's where the video is that you're watching, hopefully, and everything. So first, the agenda, right? So we have our agenda for it and everything. So the quick snapshot of what's going on this week, right? The 2 live lessons, right? We'll be doing another study island. We haven't done one of those for a while for it to practice, for the PSSA test coming up next year for you. So there'll be a study island assignment that we'll be doing in school. And then the other one will be the chemical reaction poster, which is one of the bigger things that we do. That's probably the biggest assignment for this one particular chapter that we're in here towards the very end of chemistry. Right. Then for the asynchronous lessons, right, there's 3 videos for you to watch. One that I made about describing chemical reactions. Right. There's another one about balancing chemical equations. So those would be 2 big lessons that we'd normally do in class. And then there's the single replacement lab, which unfortunately normally we would do in school and everything, but we can't do that this year. Then normally I was going to film it at school, me doing the video for you, but then I'm not allowed in the building, so I couldn't do that. So what I did is I found online a video of another science teacher doing. It's not the same lab that we would have done. I think ours is a little bit more fun because it's a couple steps and everything. But this one's kind of cool, and it shows the same type of chemical reaction, right? So that's kind of the three main lessons that you have. You want to take a quiz for each one of them, and then also there's a short reading and a quiz to do, right? So those are the basics of what's going on this week. If we jump into course materials here really quick, go into chemistry. We're still in chemistry, but we're coming down to the very, very end of it here. Cycle number 15 or week number 15 is where we're at. Right, and then here are all the assignments, which you can get to just as easily if you click on in the agenda. There's a link right there that you can click to get to it that way too. So here's the one lesson about conservation of mass, and then the short little video for it. Right, there's also here's where you can do the assigned reading. So you just read this little sort of thing, and then there's a quiz that's basically just checking up, did you read it? It's not really super hard or anything. There is the balancing chemical equations link for you and the quiz for that one. Right, and then there is the single replacement reaction lab, and then that short little quiz for that guy. Then the other one, and this is probably the bigger one, is there's also the 4 types of chemical reactions poster assignment for you to do. So for this one, when you click on it, right, this one is to be done or at least started in class. While we're in class, I'll be right there Zooming with you. So if you have questions, you can ask me directly for it. But if you don't have, well, if you want to, you can click right here, and this actually will take you right to the lesson from last week that described those 4 types of reactions in detail. So if you're wondering, like, okay, what in the world is a decomposition reaction? Just click right here, and there are examples, and I kind of go through each one of them for you and everything. But basically, all you're doing is taking any piece of paper at all, divide it up into 4, and then you need to make a color picture, all right? So you definitely want to have that to get all the points for each one of the type of reactions, right? So for synthesis reaction, remember, you've got one big thing on this side, right? And then it's going to add together one other big thing, right? Then the yield sign, which is kind of like in math an equal sign. This is where the 2 things are combining together. Remember, it's synthesizing. It's taking pieces and combining them together. Then for the next picture, you need decomposition, right? So for this one, you've got one object over here that's all together. Then after the yield sign, you've got 2 pieces of it, 2 separate things, right? For these pictures, they don't have to make total sense. They can be kind of silly and fun and everything like that. Cat plus fish equals, full cat. Egg with a little chick in it, right? Yields like just the egg and the chick spread apart. Then for the replacement reactions, remember for these, there's a plus sign on each side of the yield sign, right? For synthesis and decomposition, there's only a plus sign on one side of the yield side for these, right? So for this one, you've got dog with bone and meat, but after the yield sign, basically the bone and the meat switch places. Right now, the bone is all alone and the dog's got the meat. When it comes to double replacement, you've got 4 things now, 2 pluses, 1 on each side, bunny with meat, dog with carrot, yields, bunny with carrot, dog with meat. So the two foods have traded places with each other. That's double replacement. Four things are switching places with each other. So you need to come up with your own examples of these, right? So it can't be the exact ones I have here, but if you certainly want to pick like two different kinds of animals and two different types of food, and that switches places, that's totally fine too. Remember, funnier is better, as long as it's school appropriate and everything. That would be great too. This one, this assignment, you do need to upload. All right, so this is one where you do need to take a picture of your assignment and then upload it in Schoology, because I do need to look at it for a lot longer than just. We made a quick poster last week. Remember, you just kind of held it up for a lot of people and everything, which was great for that simple one. But this one's a little more complicated to check and everything. So you do want to make sure you're uploading it. If I go back here, to the assignment, you can just upload it right in here, and that way I can check it. It's not due until December 16th, which is Wednesday next week at the end of the day, right? So everyone has plenty of time to work on this. You should be able to get most of it done in class, if not all of it, which would be great. But just to make sure that everyone has equal time or plenty of time to get this done, I want to give you a little extra time for that. All right. Hopefully that tells you everything you need to know about this week. Hopefully you guys are all in school and they let me back into school as soon as possible. All right. See you later.